The only thing I would like to say is, Bob, really 10 million gallons, I mean, come on.
Yes, okay. So here's where we're at. This reflects basically the month of April. 9,132,000 gallons produced by the wells during April, of which 2,877,000 gallons of consumption registered through customer meters. Works out to be 285,000 gallons per day produced by the wells, of which 90,000 gallons per day registered through customer meters. Yeah. Let's see, and then it's the equivalent of customer consumption of 173 gallons per day per service connection at 521 connections. Unaccounted for water loss is 6,255,000 gallons, or 68% of total production by the wells. Unaccounted for water loss increased this past month due to controls glitch and reservoir overflow. Keep in mind, we've got 2 8-inch lines and a 6-inch lines going in the Navy that are not metered. And we also have 50-year-old meters that when they fail, fail in the customer's favor, they read low. Also, keep in mind, we still do not have the line stop in the old line in the park, so we're running both the new line and the old line concurrently. So we don't know what that is yet until they get that addressed. So, you can see how that compares with previous years. At 8,838,000 gallons last April, and about 295,000 gallons per day produced by the wells. And then you see, if you look back 2 years ago, quite a bit, 2 million gallons less, or 238,000 gallons per day, and only 20 fewer service connections. So what we'll find though is the percentage, although it looks like 68% now, that's going to drop down probably under 50% by the time we get everybody irrigating. That drops down percentage-wise because now everybody's starting to use water. So the amount of water lost will remain relatively stable, but the percentage will change because everybody else will be using more water to balance that out. So,
It doesn't make me feel better.
Were there any extraordinary leaks or loss of water?
no. No, and that's again with 2 8-inch lines going into the Navy and a 6-inch line, it makes you kind of wonder, we have no control of that, know what's going on. It is on our list of things, it's on our activity list and operations list.
Yep.
Too, so.
There's gonna be a point where IDEQ is going to say, we told you you have to fix this, and when are you gonna fix this?
We're gonna fix
Yeah.
We're waiting, we have that one line that has to be hooked up, that's gonna
Right.
evacuate the old line.
Right.
And
And that's a special process to get a company to come in that specializes in that to do it, so maybe, is Kyle or Ben gonna be on today?
Ben is on.
Okay, so we can ask them what their timetable is on that, getting that done. as
So
well.
all we can do is wait until after we get that line in service and then see what
So,
our,
I'd like to see it below 15%.
Yes.
For the record.
I would too, yeah.
T-Lodge just brought their trailer back on Monday and sometime between Wednesday,
Much
when I
gravel is
left,
it?
and now they brought in a ton of gravel, so.
yeah, it's, they're gonna be starting again on Monday, and that leads right into the very next issue. Water system items leaking, valve discovered outside of well number 8, pump house to be repaired this week. Actually, they put it off till next Monday. So that's, the well has been offline because we didn't want it to blow off. We found the leak, and so we simply isolated it, and it had well 7 going the last couple of months until they get that valve replaced. So we asked them to start there first to get that taken care of. So we hope to have that addressed next week.
Is there a gate valve? I mean, is there
Yeah.
a valve keeping water from pressurizing that
Yes,
leak?
Yes, yeah, we have, they put in, they put in valves, and we also had valves that were existing, so we could isolate that. So
Okay,
it's,
okay.
yeah, and also it's off, so it wouldn't, because their concern was with the amount that it was leaking, it wasn't real significant, but we didn't want it to blow. If that pump kicks on, suddenly you get 80 PSI, yeah, you don't want that something to blow, so,
And you wouldn't know that location for a while.
yeah,
It just pumped forever.
that's right.
The deer wouldn't mind.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, number 2, meter reading has started. Few customer leaks, minimal consumption at this time of year. There's problems that will go through an entire neighborhood out on the Cape when there's no usage. It's just the way it is. More than you see reported out here. Jesse, I can't remember any significant leaks off the top of my head.
I think there was one significant leak.
250,000 gallons and that's it.
Yeah, we had definitely less leak letters that went out this year than any of the other years. And everyone seems to be getting on them and getting them fixed, so that was good.
Okay, on down to sewer system production, and I'll give you the land application update here, coming up. There's our typical numbers just for review of 50,000 gallons per day in the summer and approximately 17,000 gallons per day in winter months, and the usual numbers. I put 3 septic tanks pumped. Now, again, my report is done a week ago, so again, we probably have more than that
Yeah,
done
this
since
month.
then. Okay, the update on the sewer triplex, and that we've been we're working on getting pump number 1 replaced. And the issue there is a special order pump, and when the RC Works got it in, it was not machined properly to match up to existing piping. So basically, they had to come up, and they're coming up with a new pump to ship out. We actually got an email the other day, said, we're ready to go, and then they called me back, again, got back and said, no, we're not. It turns out they called us and said, oops, we made a mistake. So now the date has been rescheduled from May 21st to June the 4th. And there will be a 4-hour power outage down in that area. One of the reasons why we check our generator down there weekly is I just, this is not on the report, but just discovered our battery charger was overcharging our old batteries. They're about due to be replaced anyway, and fried it. So we check it because it wouldn't have started. It had been next week. Well, that's why we check it weekly. I got them out here today not knowing that we weren't going to have it scheduled for next week. Said, get the charger replaced, get the batteries replaced, get it done. So it was done as of today. We'd like to be ready in case there's a power outage, right, Bob? We don't want anything to happen, so that's why we exercise our generators once a week.
I'm glad we have 3, it just keeps getting pushed back.
Just be
This sort
nice
of
if
emergency.
stuff didn't
Well, that's,
break.
and I explained that to him June the 4th. I said, it's after Memorial Day, but I have never seen 3 pumps operating together. And we have had 2, and usually it's because a check valve is better than the other one, Bob. And the other one tries to catch up.
It's just if another pump happens to go.
That's
for one
right.
or another.
Yeah, I
It's a little
would
worrisome.
feel a lot more comfortable having this done before 4th of July weekend.
Yes, well, June 4th. You
Allegedly.
better have it done, yes. allegedly.
Or before July 4th.
Yes, yes, I think we'll select that. Okay, update on the treatment site, we've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
Bigfoot is not quite done, but I'll tell you what they did determine, all the sand filter, not sand filter, excuse me, spray zone valves are working,
Oh, good.
so that's good. However, on the sand filter side, only one is working, I'm gonna assume it's the new pump.
One valve,
One valve is working.
we can live with that.
Right, I mean, anyway, we need to, they're gonna address that. What they still have yet to finish up with up there, they're gonna be doing next week, is they've got some fittings they've gotta work with. They're gonna verify that all the valves are properly sealed from water, because they said with the sand filters, valves, the reason those ones went bad, they never sealed them up, so water got in the winter, trashed it. So that's where those,
Are they replacing those valves?
well, we can discuss that now, or we can discuss that. We've got one, and they say we've gotten by with one before.
Yeah, no, we need to replace at least one.
Yeah.
We did.
Right.
I don't feel comfortable having less than 2.
Right, it was designed for 5, and we got 1. So, anyway, so we'll need to address that. The other things they're gonna be addressing is, there's a chlorine pump up there, and Bob, you've seen it, where the cable runs across the fence, we get a
Yep.
thunderstorm comes through and trips the GFI circuit, so they're gonna properly put that in conduit, and so we don't get nuisance trips. And one of the reasons it's an issue for us is because, unlike our water system now, we don't get alarms if things trip or fall out up there. We have to guess and say, we better check it out. We have no idea what's going on up there, so we stress that. They also have some bad or burned out relays they're gonna be replacing next week. So essentially, we should be ready to go probably about the first of the month. Everything going on that pending weather.
Do they have the relays?
Yes,
Because they're real quick to replace.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna, anyway, they're gonna go through all and finish it up next week so that we are good to go, at least other than the 4 sand filter valves need to work. We got so far. Did you have any questions about that, Bob? or-
No, we're good, we're good to go by June 1st.
Mhm.
I'll feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I just didn't want to push much
No,
beyond
no,
that
no,
period.
no, up there. So that's kind of the update on that. We want to get that all wrapped up. Paul, did you want any further discussion on the sand filter valves? I mean,
Well, I was just wondering if they were replacing them, I'm not sure how expensive they are. Obviously more than $25.
no, they're probably like $4,000 to $5,000. So the issue is, yes, each.
We can put manual valves in there if we have to. on the sand filters, not on the other ones.
Yeah, that's true, yeah, the sand filters. We could do that, we just have to figure, this valve still costs money, manual or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the manual ones don't break down, so you get away with shorts and
Yeah.
things like that.
Well, I think if we're, the other thing too is, the one reason it was shorted is because it was not done right.
Yeah.
If we do it right, we should be able to, switch things automatically, and, you know, for possibly a nominal amount more, we could get controls that we can see, just like our water system here. Hands off that display to see what's going on and make adjustments as necessary.
So the elephant in the room for me is who did them wrong?
Whoever originally put them in, or
Long
long
time
before
ago.
us. All, it was long before our time.
Baby.
So that's what we know. But anyway, we'd love to be able, as an example, last night with this, communications loss with the water tower. Well, I knew we were okay, and then it came back on. I didn't have to go out at midnight. Oh no, I lost it. Is it gonna be drained empty? And she's gonna be calling me in the morning saying, where's my water? Well, I could tell from this that it was fine. So that's nice to be able to do that rather than, up there we have no idea if something's gone wrong up the treatment site. We're already blind until we go up there. Anyway, that's what I have with my report for now.
Did you wanna talk about either one of these things?
That's coming up on the main agenda, I think swordfish